This past February, we went down to the Canaan Valley in West Virginia, did some snow wheeling with the two Grenadiers after we built them up, and now we wanted to bring them up here to Vermont. You know, it's beginning of June. It's perfect weather for camping, but also for wheeling up here, and really put them to the ultimate test for some of the hardest trails that these things are probably ever going to see. So, should be a pretty epic adventure over the next couple days.
There's a fire, there's a fire, there's a fire, there's a fire burning in me, way down in me. There's a wind, and there's a wind, and it's howling in my bloodstream, way down in me. Give me a show, put it in the dirt. Trouble buried in the rubble, running from the devil is hell on earth. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. I better save my strength. It's harder than you think to dig a hole. Dark as hell, and I can't get out. Just got my soul now, can't save my soul now. Give me a show, put it in the dirt. All my trouble buried in the rubble, running from the devil is hell on earth. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, and I better save my strength. It's harder than you think to dig a hole.
For summer, we lucked out. There's no rain. It's like 65 degrees and sunny. Pretty easy trails today. And then the intensity is going to keep going up. The most challenging of the trails is going to be Chateauguay. Last time we did that was about a foot of water, you know, rolling down it. So if it's that wet again, it's going to be pretty challenging in these trucks.
Yeah, so the stuff we're doing today is a big loop in southern Vermont, and it's novice, intermediate style trails. A lot of forest roads kind of connecting them, and just kind of getting a feel for it, kind of getting back into the swing of things of doing some wheeling. And then tomorrow we'll be on the Chateauguay Trail. I would say most nervous is just breaking stuff on the trail, not dents. Dents are fine. I think what's going to help with avoiding damage on the trails is going to be obviously our sliders from Buzz, having our winch kit, you know, if we do need to winch out in a specific situation. And I think just taking our time. I think properly airing down like we did and just really taking our time on the trail and enjoying it, but also, you know, putting the trucks to the test and some of this technical stuff.
Collard green, cast iron, cornbread pig on a griddle. Out in the back is a soundtrack stacked with a fiddle. With words stretched wide as a tanned mountain lion high. Spoke slow and deeply fried. Yeah, you can call me Billy, but the hills come with me. Half mud blood, half mule kick.
So we did a loop around Chester and Grafton where we started, aired down, and then just started following the loop and hit a couple technical sections, a lot of forest road, and we wanted to spend a little more time on the trail, so then we went and did Wyndham Falls loop. Got about 3/4 of the way through it. The trail was washed out, which pretty much took you into like a down a cliff into the river. So we opted for getting back to camp at 9:30 as opposed to building a wood bridge.
Well, you can dress me up in diamonds, and you can give me all your gold, but I'm still need that water, baby, for the roots down in my soul. Ain't nothing you can give me, baby, that I ain't already got deep inside. 'Cause I'm a southern man, and I know who I am. Yeah, I'm a lover.
Found an obstacle on the trail. It's not going to work. A little bit too unsafe for the kayak camper to, it's just way too off camber and it just falls right into a ravine. So without having about 2 hours of building out the space with logs and dirt, we're going to winch Ben back up this like rock step that he went down with the Grenadier's front winch kit. And we're going to see how it goes. The winch kit we put in the Grenadiers is a 12.5 winch kit, so obviously it's designed for the Grenadier because you need to have it a little more than 1.5 times the weight of the vehicle. And so this should be okay to get him up. We'll probably use a little bit of max trax just to add a little bit of traction, take some stress off the winch, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, he's got to reverse up a really steep step, so it's gonna be a fun one. Make sure your truck is in neutral, not in park, so you don't blow the transmission parking ball, and use your foot brake, not your e-brake, and go slow.
Okay, Ben, good. Hold on one sec. All right, Ben. There we go. So we got to whip out the winch on Ren's Grenadier and winch Ben in reverse, and then everybody had a nice little, I guess almost a couple 100 yards, 300 yards of just straight backing uphill up these like creek, rock, mud bogs, and it was definitely a good exercise, but it was fun. Got back to camp about 9:30, and now we're cooking. Yeah, so we're about 20 miles north of Killington, about 7 miles off the main road, on some forest roads, right next to a creek. You can hear it. We're cooking up a chicken dish of some sorts that Eric and Ren have come up with, and we're gonna eat pretty good tonight.
And I'm always gonna be a southern man, and I know I am. Yeah, I'm a lover man, that's a born lover man. I got dirt on my head, came up from the holler, ain't got a dollar, blood on these strings. And I'm a southern man, and I'm always gonna be.
What I learned about this truck on this trip is probably just how capable it truly is on 33.5-inch tires, with a 1.5-inch essentially lift and stock shocks. I mean, it definitely did really well. Definitely needed some pieces of armor underneath just for that extra peace of mind, but the rock sliders work great. I mean, everything. It exceeded expectations as far as what it could do, especially yesterday on Chateauguay. The trails we did prior to that, we've been on plenty of times, but that was a new challenge.
got no kind of plane that I've had on this town I can stand. And I got friends out on the coast. We can jump in the water and see what flows. We've been saving for a rainy day.
Chateauguay was really cool and really challenging, and I think my favorite part of the time yesterday on Chateauguay was watching you guys direct for certain lines to follow. Just that the trucks were literally not getting destroyed, and also we were making it over obstacles without having to spend a lot of time building out something or winching or anything. But seeing what the trucks were capable of with a proper line following by somebody guiding correctly, that was really, really cool to see.
I didn't really know what to fully expect because they're so low. So like coming from a Jeep, doing the same trails, smaller tires, less ground clearance, knew the sliders would get a workout. There's no skids besides the factory gas tank skid, so that was a little nerve-wracking. But yeah, all went totally fine. Just taking it slow and picking decent lots.
Someday we'll look back and smile and know what's worth every mile. It don't matter to me wherever we are, where I wanna be. And honey, for once in our lives, let's take our chances and roll the dice. And I can be your lucky penny, you can be my four-leaf clover. Starting over. Starting over.
I expected that the trip was going to have some challenging trails. I expected we were going to possibly break some stuff, but also really push the trucks to the limit. And I was definitely looking forward to good campsites. There's always great campsites up here in Vermont, and good food and good company.
I can be your lucky penny, you can be my four-leaf clover. Starting over. Starting over.
So we're here in our last campsite for the trip in Granville. Beautiful campsite, awesome view. Weather's perfect this morning.
One of my favorite campsites ever. Like, beautiful valley with a big brook in the middle and just perfect.
And we're gonna get some breakfast down at the Warren store, go hit the Warren Falls, take a little swim, and then make our way over to summer camp in Brownsville.
Chateauguay, the waterfall obstacle, where you're driving up that large waterfall, that's probably my favorite, just for the uniqueness of that obstacle.
Food was great, company was great, campsites were amazing, so I would say the trip far exceeded expectations for the last 3 days.
I would say above expectation, like a little bit of slider damage and a little bit of scuffed wheels are kind of what we expected.
And I don't know, it's toss up between that and when we had to back up for a quarter mile on like a very tough trail in low 4 and do a little bit of winching, but we got out of that situation and turned around and headed back.
I would also say that unexpected view we found at Killington, that was pretty epic. So
I think the next challenge for these is to really kind of push them even further to the limit, try to get in the situations where we really need to winch out either solo or as with 2 trucks together. And also just kind of living out of them for, more than just say 5 or 6 days, maybe even living out of them for like 2-3 weeks. So.
This has been the Vermont Grenadier Challenge. We'll see you guys next time.
way down in me. There's a wind, and it's howling in my bloodstream, way down in me. Give me a show, put it in the dirt. All my trouble buried in the rubble, running from the devil who's hell on earth. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. I better save my strength. It's harder than you think to dig a hole. As hell, and I can't get out. Just got my soul now, can't save my soul now. Give me a show, put it in the dirt. All my trouble buried in the rubble, running from the devil is hell on earth. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, and I better save my strength. It's harder than you think to dig a hole. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. No flowers on the ground, no name on the stone. The farther you go down, it's harder than you know to dig a hole.